Happy Thursday to you. And here, if you're living in Pennsylvania, in Lancaster County, it is a beautiful Thursday. A little windy, a little cold, but beautiful. Can I be no, I'm probably not the first to wish you a Merry Christmas, but Thanksgiving is behind us. So it is now Christmas season. There's always been those debates. When do you put your tree up? Well, that debate is done because it is now December and you can put your tree up. Our tree is fully decorated at our home. Super excited. My son's asked me the last couple years, my second son, can we decorate the house? Can we do the outside of the house? And I've been a little Scroogey about that. Not going to lie. I'm like, why decorate the outside of the house? Like, that's money I don't need to spend and a lot of work I don't really need. But this year I'm like, you know what? I was in the holiday spirit and I'm like, yeah, he's only going to be here so long. Let's decorate the house together. So super excited. Our outside of the home is decorated. We have a little inflatable snowman. We've got some lights. Anyway, it's fun. Super festive. Merry Christmas. We're in the Christmas season. What else we're in right now? Let me show you this. This is exciting. For those of you that know me, know right there, I might be desecrating your screen right now, hurting your eyes. But for me, that is exciting stuff. The Miami Dolphins, I've been a Dolphins fan since 1984 when I was 8 years old. I think it was 8, watching Dan Marino lose in the Super Bowl to the 49ers, who they play this week. Super excited. And I like their colors. I like their chances for the future. I'm going with the Dolphins. I've been a Dolphins fan a long time. They've been terrible the last, let's say, couple years, but it's been like 20 years. So the Dolphins are now winning. They are the second seeded team in the AFC. Actually, anyway. I know Eagles fans. I know you only have one loss. I know. But listen, celebrate a little with me because you have a Super Bowl recent. It's been a long time since Miami's been there. So super excited about that. Not saying they're going to the Super Bowl, but it's fun to root for a winning team. Okay, we have got a lot to talk about today. There is a lot to kick around. I have got a sheet full of things here in front of me. I have got some good dad jokes and I've got some encouragement for you, something that has been rolling around in my heart over the last couple months and even years, actually. I thought I'd kind of dig into that a little bit, share that with you. And of course, we'll talk about what's been happening and what's upcoming. So you don't want to miss that as well. Other exciting thing, this is our first, we've typically done these lives, we've only done these lives, say this way, on Facebook. We are now on YouTube. So some of you might be tuning in right now from YouTube. So say hi from YouTube. So again, we've broadened the platform. So it's not just now, you now have opportunity to catch us on YouTube and watch us there live and then rewatch those shows on YouTube. So it's no longer just a Facebook thing. We are now a thing. That didn't make sense. Anyway. Welcome. Okay, so here's what we got today. Why don't we jump in with it? Why don't we start with a dad joke? That's always a fun place to start, right? So you're in the holiday season. Maybe you're shopping right now. So this joke, or maybe you just struggle in general. Always a struggle, but this joke. So let's use my wallet. I don't know what your wallet looks like. How is my wallet like an onion? Okay, my wallet. I got my wallet out here. Here's my wallet. Hold on. Where's my wallet? How is my wallet like an onion? Well, it's like an onion because when I open it, it makes me cry. I don't know. Last onion I cut, it didn't cry. I don't know if that's, I don't know what's that about. But anyway, so I actually this is very true. I need to get, I wear contacts and I have the month prescription. So every month I should be throwing ones away and putting new ones in. So I switched to new ones today and I realized, I've got to get an appointment. So last time I went to the eye doctor, guess who I bumped into on the way to the eye doctor? Everybody, because I needed contacts. I know. You can't get this anywhere else. Here's one you might have heard before. Why do cows wear bells? You ever see the cowbell? I was at the Penn State game this weekend. A guy, ever been to Penn State, there's this one guy beats in his cowbell, think bells, cowbell, that big bell. Why do cows wear cowbells? Because their horns don't work. Speaking of horns, how many of you horns? I know deer don't have horns; they have antlers. But how many deer? How many of you got a deer? We're also in hunting season right now. That is off and running this past weekend. So again, how many of you have got a deer? Love to hear from you. Okay, here we go. Here's what we got. Let's talk about some things that have happened, and then we got a lot of talk about things that are to come. So first one, the extra give is behind us. So we had our block party, live music that was there, incredible food. Here's a picture for you from, sorry, I ripped through them pretty fast. Here's a picture that was taken. The fire company was there. So they had bucket truck rides. So fun with that. See the big food tent over there, bounce house, goat painting. We had a massive, massive fire in the middle of it. Super exciting. Really cool thing. We still have had money coming in this week yet from Extra Give. So you might have seen. So we are up to 100. I want to say it's 115-ish right now. So super, super excited about that. I cannot say thank you enough. Just touches my heart. That community event, that block party is really, I'm there. I know we're celebrating and it's a giving day and, let's all that, but it is really a community event. I just am moved by that. All the community that's there and just seeing the other organizations that partner with us to be there. And so again, just my heart was overwhelmed with gratitude for that event. So thank you to those of you that made that possible. Thank you to the Community Foundation. And again, just a big, big thank you. Super, super exciting. Very much worth celebrating. The immediate next day, that's Saturday, our gym looked like this, and we gave away, distributed, I should say, Thanksgiving meals. So we do, our system here is our food bank is participant choice. So as they come, they shop and they pick. So we try and set the Thanksgiving meal up the same way. So we transformed our gym area space, gymatorium, into basically a giant grocery store. Now, here's the really cool thing. We gave away 102 households received a full Thanksgiving meal. There were turkeys there, also ham. There were pies and apples and broccoli and sweet potatoes. So absolutely cannot say thank you enough to those of you that made that possible. That 102 households translates to 390 people. Listen to this, 205 kiddos. 205 kids, 102 households. So super, super, super excited about that and cannot say thank you enough. Super, super exciting. Hi, Ann. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Ann, I just saw Ann yesterday. How fun is that? We were here at the TIN had its quarterly meeting yesterday. And so Ann, I actually got to sit basically right next to Ann. So actually, we're right next to me, I think. Right next to me. So hi, Ann. Good to see you. So that's Thanksgiving. That's Extra Give. And so again, super excited about that. So that's kind of what's been happening. I could talk about a lot of other things that have been happening. There's just a lot of really cool stories, a lot of neat things that have unfolded, and just, man, love this community and all that you're doing. What I do want to talk about now, though, looking at my list here right now, make sure. Oh, let's look forward now. Now we have Christmas. So as you think about Thanksgiving, now we have Christmas. So we give away in Thanksgiving, we distribute food for Thanksgiving. At Christmas, we do the same thing, but it's in partnership with Kitchen Kettle. So that's coming up, and don't want to say too much about that because that's kind of all locked and ready to go. But what I do want to mention is the Christmas gifts. There are 240 kiddos whose parents have registered them to get gifts. 240 kiddos. And how this works is, again, these tags, you'll see this tag here, Shira, I have her information thing on the screen there. We have parents sign up. They say, hey, here's what I like for my kids. We have individuals like yourself could take a tag like this and then go buy the gift in that tag. And then in December, the families come and actually pick them up. And here's the cool thing is the families come, we don't just hand them out. They actually pay $2 for those gifts. So it's a way of empowerment. It's a way of the families being able to say, I actually bought this gift. I initiated the filling the form out. I actually talked to my kids about what they want. I put the request out there, and then I went and bought the gift, not just had it handed to me. Now, bought it at a substantially So instead of getting a box of Legos for $25 or $30 or $40, it was $2. So anyway, so we still have 22 kiddos that to opportunity to purchase gifts for. So you'll see tags like that. If you want to email, if you're like, hey, I'd love to get involved with that and love to make that happen, email Shira, and she will get in touch with you and kind of give you the information that you need to make that happen. So that's Christmas gifts. Now, also, speaking of opportunities to give and be engaged here this holiday season, I want to mention Food Friday. I think I want to mention, here it is. Food Friday is coming up. Now, this is normally the fourth Food Friday. It is actually not the fourth Food Friday. It is the third. You'll see it scratched out there on that screen, the third Friday food drive, because of fourth Food Friday is lands right there next to Christmas. So we think, that's probably not the best way to do it. So we're going to back it off to the third. And what we're looking for is dish soap, cooking oil or spray, ravioli or SpaghettiOs, cup of noodles, mustard, tuna, and pickles. Pickles. My favorite are mini kosher dill. I don't know about you. Some people hate pickles, right? Like, pickles. I love mini kosher dill. Don't like pickles on my Chick-fil-A sandwich. And I digress. So here we go. We'll stay on task. So you can find that picture just on the screen on Facebook, and you can like and share that. So you say maybe you're in a position where you can't bring food, but you could share it with others and encourage them to bring, or maybe get your small group together, your neighborhood, your family, your maybe your office or other places. I got to say, hey, let's get together and get food for the factory. That's up to you. Like and share it. Or maybe if you're on our email chain, you would have gotten that as well, and you can share it off that. So that's coming up for Friday. Other ways to participate. Here's another fun one. How many of you are shopping at Amazon right now? I mean, this is stunning. This is the first year. We are almost done with our Christmas shopping. I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. Big thank you to my wife. My wife really rolled her sleeves up to that this year. So we've got just a few more things to get, and we're done with our kiddos. So Amazon Smile. If you go to Amazon, and you'll notice there's a picture of your typical Amazon. Type in smile.amazon.com. You'll see Amazon Smile come up. You can put in information, log in there to your Amazon account, and all of your purchases, a percentage comes to the factory. So super, super, super excited about that. This is something has been going on for years. I am going to post there in the comments for you. Sorry, it looks like a whole pile of them went up there. I apologize. So that is in the comments, is a link for you. You can click on that link. Hopefully you can click on that link or copy and paste it. And you can head right to our actual Amazon Smile page and subscribe there. And so then all of your purchases, a percentage comes here to the factory. Super, super exciting. Also, here's another one. Here's another one for you. This is Megan Waltman and Ebeth Huber. Ebeth is works with in our youth center. Megan, you will see, is a volunteer extraordinaire at our hospitality desk, front desk. They headed into Barnstormers thanks to Huber here in Intercourse. Huber purchased us a tree and said, hey, we'd love to support you there. So Megan and Ebeth went in and decorated a factory tree at the Clipper Stadium for the tree, the lights. So Christmas Tree Lane. There's the information. If you log on to their website, there's actually what you're going to see. There's all kinds of information there. You can actually go and pet reindeer and all that. But how it works is when you head in and you see that you buy tickets, and then you take those tickets and deposit them in the bucket by the tree that you want to support or you say is best. So of course, our tree is the best, right? There you go. There's our tree. So you can head on in there anytime throughout December and support the factory in that way. And it's a fun night out. And I also believe, if I remember correctly, I've been through it one time, it was a year or two ago, where you can actually drive through lights there by Clipper Stadium too. So super exciting. Maybe your family wants to get out and see some lights, see some trees, and sponsor not only us, but there's a lot of other great organizations there for you to drop your tickets in and support and sponsor. I think we're right next to the Salvation Army. I think the police have a tree up. I'm not far from us, I was told, again. So that's all right there as well. So super, super excited about that. Okay. Man, I've got a lot here. Here we go. Next thing on my list. Next thing on my list. Let me look down here. Next thing on my list is Christmas cards. How many of you, last chance, there's the Christmas card that you may have gotten in the mail. It really wasn't a Christmas, it was an advertisement for our Christmas cards. Factory Prints has printed a ton of Christmas cards this season. Still opportunity to get your orders in if you'd like Christmas cards printed here at the factory. Next thing, again, I said there's a lot, so hang with me. The Christmas tree lighting, we have a community Christmas tree lighting happening on December 9th at 7:15. Christmas tree lighting here at 7:15. Now this is really cool. This isn't just a factory thing. This is a community thing. It's actually the local churches that are sponsoring it. They're actually planning it, hosting it, putting it together, getting the food, the volunteers, and it's happening in our front yard here. Yard here in the community. So super excited about that. December 9th. If it rains, we're going to bump it to Saturday. But again, hopefully no rain. Come on out and join us on December 9th. That same group of pastors that has been planning that also launched this. This is you say, what is this? This is a Advent reading. It started today, December. Today is December. Yeah. Started December 1st and it runs through December 25th. So each day you'll see there is a reading. So this is today's, and then here's tomorrow's. Again, it's just a simple reading and it's based on Christmas songs. And so today was based on the song, O Come, Emmanuel. And then again, the Away in the Manger's in here, Drummer Boy, the First Noel. Again, each day has a reading about a Christmas song, about yearning, about Christmas has this call of we yearn for something. So again, that's a devotional. So if you would like one of these, a physical copy, you can grab one at any of the participating churches if you attend them, or stop here at the factory and pick one up. We have a pile of them here. Or, really cool thing, you can head on to the YouVersion Bible app and search all you want for Christmas, and you'll find the reading plan there, and you can do it digitally, and then don't need that paper copy. So super excited about that. That's big thank you to a number of community leaders and many of the pastors that are actually making that Christmas tree lighting possible are the ones that made that. Okay, looking down here, just to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Final thing I have is, yes, here's okay. So some participant events coming. Paint Together Christmas on the 15th. That's in the evening. I want to look on the community board there on Facebook, and you can find information on that. And then the next one, Community Care Team, is happening next Thursday from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Okay. Final thing I have, and then I want to just encourage us, and then, of course, end with some really amazing, stunning, make you laugh dad jokes. Let me show you this here. This is a story I want to highlight. So this was last week. The 10th grade students at Pequay Valley, super excited about this. I mean, this is what you see in this room. There's me. I don't know. There's other pictures you'll find on social media, but they're just absolutely excited. So community leaders came together, and you're going to see all the adults in the room. Each of the 10th grade students have one or two adults. And here you'll see two of us here in this group. And so again, you'll see these adults that gathered with the 10th grade students. So in essence, to mentor them in their first choice. So how this worked is, Pequay Valley said, hey, wouldn't it be great if we could take all the 10th grade students, they've kind of selected their first choice, and then if we could connect them and pair them up with individuals kind of in that field or in that area of expertise, and let's connect them with them and give, instead of us as teachers and instructors teaching math and science and all that other very important stuff, but what if we could connect them with individuals in the community and build that relationship? So that launched last week. And so how it works is it's a large group, small group format. Last week, we had different leaders from the community that talked about strength finders. It's a personality-based thing that helps you understand how you're wired, how you then invest in your strength. And investing in your strength is just, instead of putting time into all your weakness, put your energies into your strength, and you're going to multiply and grow exponentially and enjoy life a whole lot more. So they talked about strength finders, and then all the students took the strength finders exam, which is an incredible gift to the 10th grade students. They took that, and And then we got to, you saw me there. I was one of the mentors. I got to then walk with those students and help them explore that and talk about it and talk about how it translates. And then we talked about the DISC personality and other things like that. Super excited about that. Coming up next in 2 weeks, it's in 2 weeks, as our next time is we're going to talk about kind of your elevator pitch and putting your resume together and your cover letters and things like that to begin to start putting yourself out there. And it builds throughout the year, and there's going to be job shadowing. And way to go, Pequea Valley. Way to go, community. Way to go. Again, it took 40 plus mentors. That's 40 leaders, generally all in this community, who gave up their time from their businesses and managing their things to come on out and mentor and be a part of that. So that was, again, super, super, just one of the stories I wanted to highlight. Super high five on that. Way to go. Absolutely loved it. Okay, with that said, let me wrap up with just an encouragement to you. It's something I want to share with you. I'll share with you that something I've learned about myself. I grew up, and I've shared this before on a number of lives. I grew up feeling just this overwhelming sense of this unwanted identity, is the way I would say it. And unwanted identities are not fun. Unwanted identities are generally things that were passed on to you from maybe a parent or a grandparent or a mom or a dad or a coach or a teacher, maybe a comment that's made or a joke or someone laughing or bullying. And you hear these things and you begin to bring them on yourself in a way that, again, they aren't, a lot of times aren't even true. So for example, I grew up with the unwanted identity of I was stupid. I felt stupid. I struggled with school. Now I've learned, and this is what I'll share with you. This is what I want to share. I've learned as I've come into adulthood and I've sat with different professionals, I learned that I actually have a dyslexic cognitive profile. So I struggled in school because I didn't fit the traditional model. But what I learned is dyslexic. It's absolutely fascinating how many CEO, executive director type executive positions have dyslexia. Now, I don't have full dyslexia. I have the profile. But it's mind-blowing. And the reason is because dyslexic, one of the things they visually solve and they work with information more in a visual way. And they're incredible. Most of those who have struggled and battled with any form of dyslexic have a strong problem-solving ability as well. They can put things together in ways that average non-dyslexic individuals do not. So many of them end up in executive roles. We do a lot of problem solving. So fascinating. But I grew up not knowing that, but I grew up struggling because of that in school. And then through a number of things I don't want to have time to get into, and it really isn't, I don't want to make this about me. I really want to talk to you a minute. I felt stupid. Now, what I learned is I wanted people, and most humans want this. You want to be enjoyed. You don't want to be I find most of us don't want to walk into the room when everyone's there and be laughed at. Most of us want to feel special, appreciated, cared for. And most of us know that, hey, deep inside, I've got something to offer and we want to be appreciated for what we have to offer. What I have learned, people will only enjoy you when you enjoy you. People will only enjoy Adam Nagel when Adam Nagel enjoys Adam Nagel. Outside of that, because if not, what ends up happening, I have this unwanted identity, and I work so hard then to work on my to work at overcoming that. So you can be defensive. You can all kinds of mechanisms you learn to cope and to manage and inflate ego and other things that manage perception and work to be perfect and things that are exhausting, honestly, and really wear you out. And so again, and people don't generally like when you're around people that aren't genuine. There you go. How about genuinely don't like people who aren't genuine? But as you think about that, so people will only enjoy you when you enjoy you. So here's the path. I want to give you a scripture. Actually, it's a song. It's meant to be sung. Now, this was written thousands of years ago, and I don't know. I wouldn't know what music to put to it, but it's poetry. It's a leader by the name of David. He was a king. He was also a poet, a musician. And here's his song. He says this. It's in Psalm 139, found in the scriptures. It says this. It says, "O Lord, you have examined my heart and know everything about me. You know when I sit down and stand up. You know my thoughts even when I'm far away. So even when I feel distant from you, God, you know me. And it goes on to write about God, you can't, no matter where you go, you can't be away from him. And he talks about God intricately wove you. He actually was active in putting you together, putting me together. It talks about we're complex and we're beautifully and wonderfully made. It talks about even in my mother's womb, God knew me and understood me. Even before I was born, and it says it's mind blowing to think about our Creator and his involvement in making you and making me. And then verse 17, I just want to read this one verse. How precious are your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered. Mind blowing. Your Creator thinks not just thoughts, precious thoughts about you. Precious thoughts. And they can't be numbered. So he's not just this quick snap of a moment. Oh, I thought about Adam today. He thinks numerous thoughts about you, about me, about all of us. Mind blowing. I share that with you to say what I find interesting is we have these unwanted identities. What we as humans tend to do is we try and compensate by being enough for ourselves. And you're never going to be enough. I'm never going to be enough. I can't fix what's not quite right with me. I can't. But I don't need to, because my Creator does. And I am enough without even, it's just mind blowing. So my encouragement to you when you have these unwanted identities is don't look within yourself to fix it. Look outside of yourself to someone who can fix it. And your Creator can fix it. He looks at you he says, I love you. I made you for a purpose. So I think back, and God knew what he was doing. He knew when he wired me and put me together and has this thing that we labeled dyslexia. God doesn't label. I don't think God labels it that. God says, Adam, I made you a problem solver. I made you be able to visually put things together in ways that the other person over here doesn't. But that person over there, Adam, they can do things that you can't. And that brings us together in such a beautiful way. So hope that encourages you today. Hope that maybe speaks to you at some capacity as you step into this holiday season. We think about Jesus coming. We sing about it. We hear it. You walk through the malls and you're going to hear songs that you don't even to be in church to hear songs about Jesus this season. We play them all over the malls and in our gatherings. But what a beautiful season to remind us that he is for you, he loves you, and you are incredibly precious. With that said, let's wrap up here with some dad jokes. Terrible transition. You're like, man, Adam. I love to. I won't call them out now. I don't. If you're watching, you'll know who. If you're watching right now, you'll know who you are and comment either live or maybe you're watching it later. I was at Walmart last week, I think, and someone walks up to me and says, "Hey, I got a dad joke for you," just out of the blue. And I turn around. I didn't. Now, after he introduced himself, I'm like, "Oh yes, of course, I recognize you. Oh, yes, I know." Kind of had that moment where I didn't connect it right away. But here was one of you who watches regularly and just comes walking up to me in Walmart, who I happened to run into, and said, "I got a dad joke for you." So anyway, so I know you appreciate him, right? At least you know who you are. Again, feel free. I don't want to mention you now, but if maybe you don't want to be mentioned, but if maybe you can comment if you do. Anyway, so here we go. Wrap up with some dad jokes. True story. My son's name is Luke. Now the rest of this is not a true story, but it's funny. My son's name is Luke. So we, think of Luke Skywalker. My son loves that we named him after a Star Wars character. My daughter, Chewbacca, not so much. My daughter's name really than Chewbacca. It's solely a dad joke just to have some fun with you. But here we go. I just found out I use an electric toothbrush. Actually, I do. It's actually battery powered, but I use electric toothbrush. I just found out it's not waterproof. I was shocked. Why would you make it what? Anyway, I won't go there. What do you call two birds stuck together? Velcros. Okay. I have got two more and then we're out of here. So you think of your Thanksgiving gathering, maybe you've got Christmas and other holiday gatherings coming up. So maybe I hope you have no cannibals in your family, but what do you give a cannibal who's late for that family dinner? The cold shoulder. That's I know. Terrible, terrible joke. That's you shouldn't even laugh at that, right? You're like, ah. Final one. What do you call a guy lying on your doorstep? What's his name? His name is Matt. Okay, love you guys. Appreciate you. Have an incredible weekend. Whatever you're doing this weekend, maybe you're hanging lights, putting trees out, decorating, shopping, grieving. Maybe I know this is a time of year when a lot of funerals, and then conversely, commemorating life that has been lived. So, whatever it is that you're doing, I pray that you know that you are precious, you are loved. We love you. Anything we can do for you, don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to journey with you. Have an incredible day and weekend. See you later.